Okay, so I am going to be explaining to you about your different types of cancer research project. So, in the directions, step one is to please watch the Screencastify, which you are watching right now. So, great job on step one. Step two is on the sign up sheet below. Please sign up for the topic of your choice by placing your name next to the topic you would like. This is a first come, first serve list, so do not erase a classmate's name. Next, this will be completed as a Google Slides project. I know the title says poster. However, in our digital hybrid world, we are going to be creating a Google Slides project. So, in our different types of cancer research project, we have some background information that gives us a little, insight into the different types of cancer and how they may grow, and some facts about what is most common. Let's dive right into the directions. So, with the directions, you are going to research a specific type of cancer. It does say create a poster, and I'm going to remind you that we are doing a Google Slides presentation as we are in a digital hybrid world. So, you must have the following information: the names and types of cancer, and a brief description of where it grows. When I say where it grows, I mean where in the body does that particular type of cancer grow. The mode of development. Some cancer is developed from external factors, environmental things such as smoking, the sun, a virus. Others may be internal conditions, or the cause may be unknown. So that's going to vary depending upon which type of cancer you've opted to do your research on. Your symptoms, that is going to be how does this affect the patient? So, once again, the symptoms are going to be specific to the different types of cancer. The groups most likely affected, depending on the type of cancer, it may affect males versus females more, different races, different age groups. So please go ahead and list that out as part of the almost risk factors for the different types of cancer. The tests to be done in order to diagnose that particular types of cancer. So I know that they may do something, say a biopsy, but you need to be specific, because let's say they're looking for the type of cancer like leukemia. They may do a bone marrow biopsy, which is very different than if they were looking for, say, skin cancer, in which they would be doing a biopsy just of the surface of the skin, or possibly maybe thyroid cancer, where they would be doing something called a needle biopsy. So depending on the different type of cancer, the tests to be done are going to be different to diagnose that. So please be specific. Same thing applies to the stages of development. There are stages that are generic: stage one cancer, stage two cancer. However, based on the specific type of cancer, there's differences that they look for as things could grow and or spread depending upon the areas of the body, and different types of cancer progress at different rates. Next is treatments. So once again, we're going to be specific, even though some of these are generic in the sense that chemotherapy, radiation, they're similar across the board. However, the different immunotherapies, they've developed a wide variety of treatments, including surgery, that can help with different types of cancer. Then, what will the patient expect to experience after treatment? So, when I say that, I mean after they've been treated for chemotherapy, radiation, surgery, immunotherapy, what is that particular patient likely to experience? More of a side effect of the treatments. Then, the associations and organizations that aid in the research for this disease. That can just be a list. So, for example, Susan G. Komen Foundation researches for breast cancer. You can just list the name of the organization, and you do not need to go into depth on that. The other things throughout this, you will be explaining. So, for example, if you're doing the test and you list out bone marrow biopsy, as I had mentioned in my example, you're going to want to include a picture of what does a bone marrow biopsy look like, or what is a bone marrow biopsy. You definitely are going to want to be explaining things as you go. So as we continue to move on, you are going to include a works cited. Sources may include books, databases, scholarly articles, internet sources from a reputable source, of course, so no Wikipedia, or an interview with a doctor, pharmacist, or patient. So those are extra credit, any of the interviews. You do not need to have an interview. If you do have an interview, they are extra credit. Your project should include at least 3 pictures, charts, or other visuals to emphasize your topic. I would say that is the minimum. A picture per slide is a better goal, but that is the minimum. Your project should be neat, organized, and clear. So please do not just simply make it a big paragraph on each slide, because as it is a Google slide, we do want to make sure that those are not text heavy and that it is organized and aesthetically pleasing so it looks nice. Obviously, you're going to look out for grammar and spelling, and we're going to move on to the rubric. It says your poster grade and presentation grade will be combined for your final grade. However, we are not going to be doing project presentations. Just for the sake of time, we will not be doing project presentations. You will submit your Google slides and I will grade them. So you can disregard this first page of the rubric where it says the presentation. We are going to disregard the presentation portion. So these 12 presentation points will not apply. It will only be the 135 points on the next page of the rubric. So as we look, this is a great way to make sure that your slides are organized and they have everything they need. So, for example, it would be great if you would break the research down slide by slide along with the categories. So, introduction and definition of the cancer, that could be the first slide after the title slide, of course. You are going to include the name of the cancer, a brief description, what happens to the cells, and what part of the body does it generally affect. So we have right here the title of the slide and the 4 things that get included on that slide. As you go on, you're going to notice that each category is broken down in the same way. So you can have the title of the slide along with what must be included on each slide. If you need to, say, break the information down because it doesn't fit, you could do a continued. So you could do a possible causes of the cancer development continued, and you would do a second slide to continue on with these 4 things that you'd be including. I highly recommend following right along with the rubric as you go slide by slide in your project. Then we're going to, of course, have our works cited and our extra credit for creativity and neatness. I want you to notice that is part of the 135 because I know you can do the minimum, but the minimum is only going to get you 125 points. I want you to put in that extra effort. This is a Track 1A class, so you should be putting in the extra effort, especially since you do not need to prepare for a presentation. You are simply making the Google slide. You do not need to prepare for a presentation. Let's go ahead and look at the sign-up sheet. So on the sign-up sheet, we have the different types of cancer and the different ribbons that you can see here, honorary way of bringing awareness to the different types of cancer. So you may sign up in the box on the left next to the type of cancer that you would like to do your research on. You may sign up for anything on this list, or if you see something in this image that I don't have on the list, you can sign up for that as well. I think I've included them all, but in case I missed one, you may certainly sign up for anything on the image. So if you are signing up, it must be something in this image or in this list down here. Remember, first come, first serve. You should be able to sign up for a topic immediately, as I do want you to begin work on Wednesday, of course. So that should be the very beginning of class after you've viewed the Screencastify. Thank you so much, and if I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, don't forget to refer back to that rubric. All of the details are really laid out for you on the rubric. Enjoy.